Welcome to this new reality, which I thought required a brand new background because this new reality is the reality of the light. Who knew? But this is what these next few videos are going to be about because so much has happened in my reality over this last week. I have so much to share with you, which is why I'm going to do this over the next 3 videos. But before we get into it, I just want to reassure you, and I want this channel to be a source of reassurance and support as we navigate this next phase of awakening, your ascension into your I am presence. And that is, this is the path of the light despite appearances. This has been made crystal clear to me over these last few days. You're probably already seeing it perhaps. If you're not, you will, I assure you. You will start to see the absolute perfection in all of this. And everything is unfolding exactly as it's meant to. With that in mind, if you are feeling things other than feelings of lightness, that is perfectly correct too. Whatever you are feeling is right. So give yourself time and space to feel it all. But I do want to remind you that there is just such absolute infinite perfection at work. It has blown my mind. And if it hasn't already, it's going to blow your mind too. That's what we're doing today. My name is Hedley, and if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. You are in the right place. And if you have been here for a while, thank you so much for continuing to show up on this path of awakening into your I am presence. So if you'd like to know more about me, you'll find those details in the box below this video. But essentially my work here as a coach, as a writer, as a facilitator of this work is really to remind you of what you already know and have always been, will always be. So with that said, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel. There's going to be a lot more information coming your way over these next few weeks. And if you enjoy this video, please do engage with it in some way by giving it a like and a positive comment. Thank you so much. First of all, I want to share with you in this video what happened with the results of the recent election in reality, because this demonstrates the absolute perfection of the I am process, but also just the I am presence at work and how reality is unfolding in the most perfect way for your guaranteed awakening into that state of wholeness as the I am infinite creator of your reality. You, as the one who is awakening into your I am presence, is so divinely supported and protected and safe in this. And your awakening is guaranteed. There is nothing and no one outside of you that can prevent you from your ascension into your I am presence. So whatever is happening out there, if it's not to your liking, do not worry. You are completely safe, protected, taken care of, and divinely guided in this process. The other thing I want to share with you, which I won't do in this video, I'll do in another video, is Neville. I actually posed the question, what would Neville say about all of this unfolding? And I was directed immediately to a specific chapter in a specific book, which, wow. So I'm going to share that one in a later video as well. This transformation is occurring so fast. You probably are feeling it. It's probably happening to you. You're probably hearing it. You will be hearing words such as light, lightness, joy, gratitude, all of that. You'll be hearing that word a lot now, and there is a reason and a purpose for that. So listen to it. It's not just a conceptual notion, this talk of the light. It's here, it's real, it's you, it's who you are, and the experiences that we're seeing in reality is absolutely perfectly situated in order to help bring that lightness into being. And keep directing your awareness to it. Keep looking to it, keep moving towards it, keep feeling it, keep being it, and shine it even brighter, because that's what we're going to get into. So with all of that said, let me get into the reflection on the results. So here at this channel, I am all about I am. It's all about I am, because it is all about I am. There is nothing and no one above I am. You are I am, and I am is the infinite commander of reality. Also on this channel, I share a technique that I created over many years with the help of many teachers, but was able to kind of put it together, and I'm very grateful for that. And that process works. It's completely changed my life, and I know it's changed a lot of yours in terms of you realizing that you are the I am of your reality, and whatever you command from that place of I am in your reality does reflect that change back to you. And I also work with a deeper process that I call the I am process with my coaching clients, which really takes that process a lot deeper. Now, I was using the I am technique and the I am process in regards to that election that has just passed. And if anyone has seen those videos where I was talking about the election, you will know that I was working on a specific result. And the reason that I was working on that specific result was based on my past history with the embodiment of the opposite of that result. And that is the result that had manifested into reality. So the question is, what happened? What happened with that I am technique that I was using, and perhaps some of you were using, to produce such an opposite result? And I'm going to start this from a year ago, because that's actually when I started working on the election results that I wanted to see in my reality. And that was the first female president of the United States, Kamala Harris. I wanted to see that. So I was working on that result. Now, I started a year ago using the I am technique to affirm that I am Kamala Harris and I'm the president of the United States. This is when Kamala wasn't even in the running. This is when it was between Trump and Biden. But I know that I am the infinite cause and creator of my reality. And I thought, well, I would like to see Kamala Harris as the first female president, but not just because she's female, because I thought she would be a great person for that job. So I worked on that. And one of the things with I am is you have to be claiming the opposite to what you're seeing. So anything that I saw in the opposite of the other candidate, I would claim it with I am, meaning whatever I saw in him, I would put I am in front of it, and I am that. And I wanted to make sure that I claimed everything there was to claim, so that I wouldn't be in resistance to it. Now, I was in resistance to it because of my past history with the embodiment of that other candidate. And the reason is that embodiment of the masculine was my worst nightmare. That is the one that's caused me the most pain and heartache throughout most of my life. And it starts with my father, my brother, who learned how to treat me from my father. And then, of course, the men who abused me, the bullies at school, the men that I dated that embodiment. That was the man that I was attracted to because of my history, that taught me that that's what love is. So when I saw that that was going to be the potential for the president of the United States, I was like, hell no, not in my reality. And of course, I know that I'm the infinite cause of my reality. So I am the result that I wanted to see into reality, which is what I was working on over this last year. Now, here's the interesting thing is that everything I did over this last year with I am got reflected back, which told me that the work I was doing was correct and to keep doing it because it was working. I would do something and it would get reflected back in reality. I mean, when President Biden dropped out of the race, I was like, well, of course, because I've been affirming that Kamala Harris is the president. So of course she's now the one running. Everything that I did got reflected back. So by the time the election came around, I was very confident that I am the infinite cause and creator of my reality. So you can imagine my absolute shock and horror to see on Wednesday what happened with the election results. It went so far in the opposite direction that not only was I just shocked at the results themselves, I was doubly shocked because of the work that I had been doing with I am, and I am the infinite creator of my reality, and my reality had been affirming that the work that I was doing was correct. So there was a moment on Wednesday where I was looking at the results and I was in shock. I couldn't think, I couldn't speak, I couldn't talk to anyone. I was with a friend at the time and I was just like, no, this is... But how? But hang on, wait, I don't understand. And so I went home and it started to dawn on me that this was happening, that this result, my worst nightmare result, was coming true. And I started to reflect on the work that I had done over the last year. And I was thinking, is there anything I had missed? Is there anything I hadn't owned? Is there anything I hadn't done? And I had been envisioning, I'd been revising, there was just no stone that I had left unturned when it came to I am. And I took an honest look at it and I went, no, I've done everything. Which then led me to the next thought, which is, well, if I've done everything and I know that I am the infinite creator of my reality, and I know that consciousness is the one and only reality, and reality is the reflection of consciousness. So if I've done everything correctly, which I know I have, then what I'm seeing unfolding must be the right result. So that was the thought I had. Consciousness is the one and only reality, and I've done everything correctly in consciousness. So this must be the right result, but I don't understand why. I have zero understanding of how this could possibly be the right result. Now, at that point, it became very clear that yes, that was going to be the result of the election. And once that result was confirmed, there was a visceral experience in my body where suddenly my phone, which I had been glued to, became like this hot potato. Something came over me where I went, ugh! And I was on the couch at home at this point, and I threw my phone away. And I was like, whoo! And as I threw my phone away, this weird thing happened inside of me where it felt like as if something or someone or something like pulled me. I almost don't have the language to express it, but it's as if I was wearing braces and someone grabbed those braces from behind and yanked me back. And it was like my phone was over there and I got yanked back. And as I got yanked back, I had this internal experience of reality moving far away. And I got pulled out of it. I was fully awake and I was on my couch. My eyes were open, but it was like I was having this internal kind of vortexy experience where I just went, whoo. And at that point, I felt very tired and I lay down on my couch. And as soon as I closed my eyes, and again, I kind of don't have the language to express what happened, because the way I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking in sentences, and the sentences that I'm speaking are over kind of a linear time. So it's taking me time, goes to show I've been speaking for a while, it takes me time to express what I'm expressing. So what happened when I closed my eyes on the couch, it's like I could hear the words as if I was receiving communication, but the communication was all at once. It wasn't like a download. It was just like an instant knowing, but it had been received. It was like a full, again, I don't really know how to explain it. Anyway, in that experience, I received or became aware of the full knowledge of why the results of this election were right. And the message that I got, the message, kind of the knowing that I had, which was complete and instant and yet communicated as if it was like the way I'm communicating with you now, was that it had to be this way. For those of you who are awakening, and that's you, if you're watching this, that's you. Those false structures outside have to be dismantled. The days of looking outside to an external source of power are gone. And if the result had gone any other way, you, being the one who is ascending into your I am presence, your I am infinite creative nature, would have been tempted to look out and remain focused at that external source of power. And we would have been tempted to look to that image, to look to that figure for answers, for hope, for guidance, for leadership. And those days are over. Those structures are now void. They have been rendered void in this ascension. So even though I was affirming a different result, it was kind of as if my reality was reflecting back my I am nature up until the point where my I am commands were no longer serving me. And it's as if my I am nature took over at that point and produced the right result that I was not and could never be aware of, and therefore could never command. But that result is the result that is guaranteeing your ascension into your I am presence, because you can now, the one who has taken the path of the light, you cannot look to that figure, you cannot look to that structure, you cannot look to that person for truth, for guidance, for hope, for peace, for any of the things that we would hope to look for in a president or a prime minister or a government official or anyone who is in an external position of power. You are your infinite authority, which is why that result is perfect, because you cannot be looking out now to external sources of authority. The setup now won't let you. These structures are now void, and this is evidence of that, and they are being dismantled, which is why there may be some feelings of upheaval. It may feel uncomfortable. It may look like it's chaos. Think of it when you're building a new house. If there is already a structure on that piece of land, that structure has to first be dismantled before the new structure can be built. And if you look at any construction zone, it's messy, it looks chaotic, but there's a higher plan behind it. That current structure has to be dismantled and removed, and there is a period of time where it's just an empty space and it looks like it's chaotic and there's nothing happening, when in fact there's a lot happening behind the scenes in order to build that new structure. And that is what's happening to those of you who have taken this path of awakening and returning to your I am presence here in physical form, which is not to make the other path wrong, because all paths lead to the light. But one is like a dream and the other is like a nightmare. Keep in mind, they're both dreams. But the ones who have taken the other path, where that is a dream come true for them, that result with the election is a dream come true. And think of all the times where you have been in a dream come true and you want to stay in the dream. You don't want to wake up. You want to pretend that there's somebody out there who's going to do everything for you and save it all, and you don't even have to lift a finger. They're going to do it all. I mean, wow, what a nice dream. But that's a false dream. And we all have to wake up from that at some point, but we all do it in our own time. Now, if that result was a nightmare for you, what's the best part of a nightmare? You get to wake up from it, and you want to wake up from it. You don't want to stay in the nightmare. Keep in mind, they are both dreams. They're both extensions of consciousness playing out before us. But one you want to stay in, and another one you want to wake up as quickly as you can from. And if you are here, then that's the one that you're on. And the beautiful thing about a nightmare is there is a pull from within to pull you out of it and to wake you up. Keep in mind, everything in reality is being reflected back opposite to itself, which is consciousness. So the way to wake up from a dream is to close your eyes and go in. And when you go in, it appears to be black, it appears to be dark, but again, it's all in reverse. That's where the light is. The light is within, where it appears to be dark, and out there, which appears to be light, is often what is dark. That's the false gods, that's the false structures, and that falsity that we have all been looking to, because we've all been in the dream of wanting somebody to come in and save us. That dream is being dismantled. The path that you are on, the one you have chosen, is so brilliant and beautiful. And you are so incredibly divinely guided and protected on this path as well. And that's something I'm going to get into the next video, because when I was on the couch, man, I mean, this blew my mind. When I returned to my phone, when I picked up my phone again, the algorithm on my phone had been completely changed. Whew, I get chills thinking about it. In fact, I'm going to hold off on that one. That's a little bit of clickbait. You're going to have to tune into the next video to find out what happened. Whew. And that is why I can speak with such absolute confidence that the results in reality were so absolutely, incredibly, infinitely perfect for your awakening. You're ascending into the I am presence, which is the infinite creator of reality. And also, it is guaranteed. There is nothing and no one, no situation, no event in reality that can stop you from becoming who you are, which is the infinite I am, which is the only authority. It's who you are. It's who you've always been. It's who you will always be. And it's who you are now, remembering you are in human form. That's what this is. You are now the light. You are the light. And we're going to talk more about the light, because this is going to be a really important part of this path that you are all on, that we are all on together. We're all in this together. And keep in mind, as a closing note, the light doesn't fight the darkness. The light just shines brighter and dissolves the darkness. We're not about getting rid of the darkness. The darkness comes from the light. It enables the light to know itself. But the light doesn't fight anything. It doesn't need to. It just shines brighter. And that is who you are. And that is what we are going to be doing moving forward. There's been so many shifts happening. It's all happening now. You're it. You're safe. You are so safe here. So just stay within, go within, because that's where you'll find that peace, that truth, that knowing, and just trust. The guidance you're looking for is within, and it is within I am. It is I am. Turn to your I am nature and start from there and be there and come from there. This is where you are living from now. This is who you are, and this is the source of your light. I have done a meditation. If you are feeling anything other than what I've spoken about in this video, please do listen to that affirmation meditation, which will just help you align with those states of faith and love and light and freedom and joy and safety. All of that, this is what we are aligning to now, and that affirmation meditation will help you align to that if you are feeling a little bit out of alignment. So thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Stay in the light, stay in I am, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.